I'm Jason Konvicka. I'm a partner and trial attorney with Allen & Allen. So I've been doing this for 30 years, and I help people who've been injured in almost every type of accident imaginable. So catastrophic injuries can include any number of serious injuries. It's typically something that is going to create a permanent disability for our clients. So in a lifelong impact, it could be a spinal cord injury, traumatic brain injury, terrible burns, amputations, or crashes and accidents that result in multiple orthopedic injuries that require lots of surgery and physical therapy and rehabilitation. One thing that I try to make sure clients understand at the outset, that the recovery period just from the injuries alone can take months, sometimes years. Sometimes folks never really fully recover from these injuries. And then the legal process starts, after they've at least plateaued, hopefully, from their injuries and the recovery. And at that point, we can start the process of trying to get them compensation, fair compensation. It's typically best to hire an attorney as soon as possible. And that's probably even more important in a catastrophic injury case. The reason for that is that there's just a lot more at stake. We need to get our investigators out there. We need to figure out how and why the accident happened. We need to get to the root cause of it, and we need to interview witnesses while they're still available, while their memories are still fresh. We need to investigate and look at the actual accident scene. So when you're hiring an attorney for a catastrophic injury case, you want to make sure that you hire an attorney who's experienced, not just as an attorney, but someone who has represented other folks with catastrophic injuries. They have different needs. They're going through a truly life-changing experience. And there are going to be a lot of concerns on their minds, and that of both the person who's been injured, but also their immediate family. The last thing they really want to think about is the legal process. So my job is to take that off their plate, take that burden off their shoulders, so they don't have to worry about that. They need more than a lawyer. They need a counselor. And we wear both hats. We're there for our clients to help guide them through the entire process, to answer their questions, to make sure there are no surprises, so that they can focus on trying to recover from their injuries, getting back on their feet, trying to get back to work if that's possible, and being a part of their family again in a meaningful way. In terms of dealing with big corporations and teams of defense lawyers, that's where the size and the experience of Allen & Allen comes to play. We've been around the longest, we're the largest, we're the oldest personal injury firm in Virginia, one of the oldest in the United States. And we have teams of attorneys that we can put together to lead the charge on serious injury cases for our clients. There's no amount of money, time, energy, or resources that we won't invest to get the best possible result for our clients and to help them through the process of recovering after a catastrophic injury case. We'll handle everything as it relates to their case in terms of the investigation and building the case, getting the medical records, speaking with the doctors, speaking with experts. We have some of the most talented attorneys in Virginia, if not the region. These are folks who have devoted their entire careers to helping people who've been seriously injured. We tried to custom build the right team for that particular client and that particular case. And that won't just be one attorney. It might be 2, 3, 4 attorneys who would work together. The most important thing for me at the outset of a catastrophic injury case is to get to know my client and their family, because you're going to be working with that person possibly for years to get them the best possible result. It's important for you to establish a relationship, for me to truly understand that person, what makes them tick, what their background is, the types of interests and passions they had before they were injured, what that person's role is in their family and in their community. And once you really get to know that person, then you can start to figure out, the best path forward for them in terms of their personal injury case. The vast majority of our cases for our clients never go to trial. 90% perhaps, maybe even more, settle out of court. If you can't get the case resolved without a lawsuit, we file lawsuits for our clients, and we litigate the cases expertly so that the other side sees how prepared we are and prepare that client's case for trial. And the insurance companies know, the defense lawyers know, they respect us, they take us seriously, and that's why I believe that our clients get the best possible results. So I've stayed in touch with many of my clients after their cases concluded. And I think that goes back to the relationships that I try to form with my clients from the very first meeting. many times in these catastrophic injury cases, we end up working together for years before their cases conclude and resolve. We've built, a strong relationship up to that point, and it continues with many of my clients. And I get holiday cards. We'll talk on the phone. I've been to family events and gatherings at their homes after the fact. And sadly, some of my clients have passed away, and I've had to attend some of their funerals. I can even think of one client, and this was particularly touching, where during his final days, he was in the hospital and asked me to serve as his administrator of his estate. And not only did I agree to do that, but I ended up speaking at his funeral and telling the folks who were attending about our relationship that we had formed during his case. So when I hear the phrase, "I'm an Allen," it's something that makes me proud. And it also means that you're part of a family. And while our firm has grown and has become more diverse and more vibrant and more energetic and more experienced, one thing has always stayed the same. The staff, the attorneys, we all feel that we're part of something much larger than just ourselves. So when we say protecting the injured, we want to make sure that they have someone who is in their corner, a fierce advocate for them every step of the way. And that's what we provide at Allen & Allen. I'm Jason Kidvicka, and I'm an Allen.